There's huntsman work, and then there's work that only a huntsman can stomach. In Mistral, you'll get both kinds. Full of thieves and assassins, this is a region where the people can be just as, if not more, dangerous than the Grimm. If you don't know how to watch yourself, a wrong back alley can swallow you up just as easily as a manticore. It's the type of place where secrets live in the open. Perfect for the brazen sort to make an unscrupulous living. Unlike Vacuo, this isn't where people go to disappear. It's where they go to make empires. Hidden amongst the winding mountains and in the belly of the underworld, you're sure to find them. Just make sure you don't stick your nose too far where it doesn't belong.
Hey, welcome. This is episode 7, session 7 of RWBY the Grimm campaign. I am your host and headmaster Eddie Rivas, and with me are...
I'm Carrie Shawcross, and I play Pike Wright.
I am Chris Kokinos, and I play Phoenix Nemian.
I'm Laura Yates, and I play Arashtra Sky.
Hey, I'm Chad James, and I play Asher Mora.
Yeah, so we did a whole lot in last week's session. Let's start with a quick recap from Pike Wright of what happened last week and what we're going to be jumping into this week.
Well, we started by doing a very good job saving Daff. And
It's the best job.
he will be very appreciative when he wakes up. Those two things aren't related. Of course, classic. We got blamed for it. I think we're good.
Classic, you guys.
Classic us.
Classic
us.
team blank.
So obviously, since we did such a good job saving Daff, we went to jail. Learned some things in jail, but mainly
It was good huntsman
found out
team
that
jail.
our counsel, our lawyer, was the very own Taskmaster. And he gave us an offer that we couldn't refuse, literally.
That's true. You could not refuse it.
And that is that there is an auction for the Pastel family coming up in like 5 days.
Yep, 5 days.
And we need to figure out a way in, and then we need to steal a specific scroll, no problem, and then get out of there without being found. We'll probably get made rich or something. I don't know. Pike doesn't care about money, but something like that. Is that what happened?
Well, close. Yeah, except
about
I
right.
kept trying to get money out of him, but he wasn't about it.
Yeah.
Instead, he then just dropped a whole bunch of knowledge that he
Yes.
knows that he apparently has information that we all want to know about that relates to all of us personally.
Respectively.
Mhm. Yeah, he's done his homework, so that is the payment that he offered you guys, is different things about your past. There was another thing that he said that you guys would probably be interested in, which was
A secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel that went from the Pastel Mansion to what they were, what people I don't think we know who yet are trying to cover up.
Smoke was out there trying to help cover it up.
Sure, but we don't know who
yeah.
they're working for.
Yeah. So there's a secret tunnel that'll lead deeper into the mountains to all that stuff that everyone
Is it the
is trying to
Hana?
hide.
Is it the Wave? Is it somebody else? Who knows?
Yeah, the other thing that you guys kind of learned, right, was that that Pastel was digging around the mountains and found something and made a big stink about it after he found whatever it was that he found, supposedly like a big treasure trove from ancient before times. And there was some kind of arrangement with the Wave Gang that it sounds like he backed out of, and then everything kind of went to crap, and then he turned up dead and one item was missing. So we'll kind of jump right into it. You guys are able to you get out of jail. You kind of look out at the city. You are able to kind of take stock. The 4 days, and on the 5th day of the estate sale, the Pastel Mansion is going to begin. The city's this is again, it's a particularly rainy season, right? But today and the next few days, the forecast is heavier than normal, right? Everything's muddy. Like paper lanterns lit everywhere. Every hour tends to blend into the next one. City is crawling and alive with possibility, and there's a huge buzz going around about all the recent goings on and this estate sale that's coming up in a few days. The whole city just seems to be talking about. You can catch little glimpses of that as you guys kind of make your way through the streets. This is going to be a big event that's coming up. And so as you guys kind of get back to the inn to kind of rest, regroup, you now have 5 days. 5th day is going to be devoted to the event. So you have kind of 4 days to spend at your leisure or gaining information or doing things that you guys want to be doing in and around town. And we're just going to kind of treat this like every day you each get a choice of one thing to do. So we'll kind of see how all of this goes.
Great.
And
I'm sure
yeah.
we're great and organized.
We getting a montage right now, Eddie?
Yeah, this is basically a montage, right? This is kind of our little like heist montage, right? Of everyone. We're setting the plan, we're learning stuff. Yeah. So day 1, does anyone have any idea specifically of how they want to spend their first day? Anyone feel particularly strongly about it?
I want to sleep. It's been
Okay.
like a crazy couple days. I feel like I could just use like a me day.
Okay. So really, like, you're gonna just sleep the entire day while your team does other stuff? That's fine.
Yes.
It's fine. That's what you wanted. Okay. Okay. We will come back to you in a second, and
Didn't think that would
and
fly, but
resolve-
it's been a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, no
okay.
problem, man.
Rest.
Recharge. Take your R&R, man.
That's fine. No one's.
Oh, there you
there you guys.
I'm gonna go ahead and soften the blow so we can ease into what the actual huntsman and huntress are gonna do. And I'm gonna go back down to the hedges and
Okay.
and I gotta hit up that taco shop that Daff had mentioned.
The
when we were
both
at
of
the,
you.
Okay. Okay. Great. Well, again, I'll come back.
That's where I'm going.
I'll come back to each of you guys in just a second. Asher and Rashtra, what are you
scurry
doing
off.
with day 1?
I need to restock on some dust, so I'm gonna go do that.
I'll actually join you. I
Great.
would like to restock as well.
I just can I whisper like, fire dust, please.
Okay. There's nothing else you wanted
You
at
can
the
whisper
dust shop?
You know what? No. Hey, you know what? Here's what
abs-
happened. Ready?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Here's what happened.
Eddie.
Here's what happened. I slept in a little bit extra, and just as they were leaving, I was like,
Okay.
wait, I need dust too. And now I'm gonna tag along.
Again, like super rainy day, you guys are kind of going, right? You've got this entire kind of entire almost week, and as you head down to the hedges, right, you kind of have that bubbling sense of excitement, right, that that you guys are just starting the first stage of this thing. So we'll start with Phoenix. You're going around looking for the taco shop that Daff gave you. Give me a survival check.
Survival.
When I eat Taco Bell, I have to-
Well, this is about whether or
I
not
got
you can even find this
13.
place. Okay, great. You're able to kind of use some of the, like, Daff gave you like a little bit of information on the scroll, but you're able to kind of use that, plus like going around, like talking to people. Yeah, so you get there and you are going to order
What have I done?
you are going to order some tacos, and while you are eating your tacos, you see a familiar face walk into the taco shop, and we will come back to that in a second. Go over to Pike, Arastra, and Asher. Are you going to that same dust shop in the hedges that you went to
I
before?
would like to find a different dust shop personally.
As long as they have a certain collectible series.
Do I know of any other dust shops?
Yeah, you would. Actually, no. Give me a survival check.
If he fails it, we're gonna hang out with Taupe.
Yeah. If you fail, you're going to the old one.
Was it
What'd you
8?
get? So you guys, like, Asher swears that he knows that there's another dust shop around, but you guys get kind of lost in the hedges while he leads you all around. The place that he thought was a dust shop turned out to be like a music shop. So yeah, you guys kind of get turned around a little bit, and then inevitably you have to go back to that dust shop that you went to kind of a couple of days ago, and Taupe is there waiting for you guys as you walk up to the shop. He's like waving excitedly as he sees you, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, it's you guys! It's you guys! Is anyone stopping to talk to him?"
I'm gonna blow past him into the dust shop.
I wanna try, and I don't want to intimidate him necessarily. I do want to make sure that he knows that I'm very cool.
Yeah, give me a charisma check. Asher, what are you doing?
I will check in with him briefly because I know
Okay.
he's gonna want to talk to me. I would like.
Sure. Ooh, that's
I'd like,
an 8.
I'd like to ask him for like an update. Like, hey, has anybody else been asking about us?
Cool. So he doesn't think you're very cool. He just kind of looks at you like that guy again. As for you, Asher, just to kind of keep this moving quickly, we won't break into a whole scene. He updates you about a couple of things. there were some rude guys that came around asking for you. He said one of them kept like brushing his hair out of his face, but he did say that the headmaster Takaya of the kind of primary school has been also asking. He also lets you know that they have put out a call for some security for the estate sale this weekend, that they are already, that the city guard is going to be there in force, but that they've put out like a call for some other private security, and that Taupe signed up. So that's what he tells you.
Got it. Thanks for the info, kid. Keep up the good work. Give a thumbs up.
And then he's like, "This is still your number, right?" And then he
Yeah,
sends you
feel free to
several
text me as much as you want.
Phoenix's scroll buzzes a whole bunch across the hedges. So the rest of you guys go in and you stock up on your dust. We come back over to Phoenix, and you see a familiar face that has strolled into the dust shop, and it is a bandaged up Tums who walks in on like crutches and like rolls in, and he's like, "Oh my God, it's you, bro, I see you. And then he kind of hobbles over, and he was like, so crazy. The city guard like found me, and like they saved me. I mean, I don't know what happened. You guys just kind of left, but it's fine. But I got this cool cast." And he shows you his cast. So he's had several of this. He's like, "You want to sign it?"
Sure. Wow. It's so good to see you again. Would you like a taco? Would you like to join me for some tacos?
He's like, yeah, I guess, man. Like, I've been having really weird dreams about tacos ever since that, the incident.
Well, then I'll try to hide them a little bit from you. But if you want, you could look at one if.
Okay.
If
So he
feel
just kind
inclined.
of stares at it for a little bit. Do you ask him about anything? Actually, give me an insight check.
18.
You guys have some small talk or whatever, very awkward small talk, and you get the sense that he has been busy since getting out of the hospital, like really busy, spending his time on something.
Are you okay? I mean, I know you said you've been going through some things, but what have you been up to? Is everything going well in your world, I suppose, otherwise?
He's like, well, I can't really do that whole, my career, it's like totally gone, like literally up in flames. But yeah, but I was able to kind of like rent a truck, so I've been like doing some deliveries around here. People are, there's some kind of event going on this weekend. I've been making a lot of deliveries to that pastel mansion or whatever.
Do you think you might need a hand, perhaps, with maybe taking some things over there?
Oh yeah, probably. I'm like, look at me. He like shows you all his cast, and is like, it's like kind of hard to kind of get that going. But yeah, if you want to help, or if I need some help, give me your scroll info, and we can keep in touch.
Yeah, absolutely. I pull out my scroll, and I'm like, and I see that
there's
I
7
clearly have
messages.
1,000 messages. I clear them. I'll look at them later. You can tell me what they say later. I clear it so that he can't see that I got a bunch of messages from a random number, and I hand it to him so he can
From
put
a
his
young
info in my
boy.
scroll.
Yes.
He's got to roll. He's got to go make some more deliveries. He heads out to do that, and kind of at the end of the day, all of you guys regroup and exchange. Whoa.
Can I buy?
Before he went,
That's right.
Before he went, I signed his cast. Just want to make that very clear that I signed that.
On my way out, I want to buy another 2 gachapon things, and as we walk out, I'm not even gonna look at them. I'm just gonna toss one to Taupe, and then walk out, and then look at mine. So I don't know what he got.
Just go ahead and roll a d20.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh my god.
I got a 12.
You got a 12? Okay, so you got a Haven Academy replica this time.
Neat.
Okay, so all of you start to regroup at the end. Phoenix, while you're walking there, you get a text from Taupe, and it's a picture of him holding up the gachapon, and he has Atlas Academy.
Whoa.
Do you guys remember that interesting fellow from the ship who was listening to that vacuum death metal? Tums, I believe his name was.
Oh, dead guy?
He's not exactly dead. Don't know.
Oh, great.
Just strolled into this taco shop, had a lot of casts on. It did not look very pleasant. There's a truck, and he drives it, and that's the information you now have.
I like that.
That could be a good in. I found out from the kid that the local law enforcement is looking to hire some private security.
And you also heard that Takai is looking for us, right?
Also that.
Cool. I just wanted to see if there was any like, now that you guys have this information, if this changes kind of anything that you want to do. But we'll go ahead and move on to day 2.
I'd be down to go talk to Takaya.
Yep, that's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah.
What is everybody else doing?
I want to go visit Opal.
Okay, so you're gonna go to the skillful.
Yes.
And Phoenix,
Yes.
what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go back to the hedges to go explore that graffiti from the White Fang that we had seen previously.
Cool. So we'll go with Pike first. Pike, you get to the skillful,
Okay.
and it is kind of early in the day, right? You guys are kind of each going out for the day. Buck is not even there. The door is closed, and it looks like the place is closed up right now. Kind of
That makes
when you
sense. It's
get
a
there.
bar. I really didn't think that through, did I? I'm going to attempt a knock on the door that sounds like it would be a secret knock.
Okay.
You know, like a dun 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 dun.
All right.
Yeah.
You do the secret knock. Nothing happens.
Okay. I want in this place. And it looks pretty closed up. So I'm going to can I assume that we've all done like a long rest? Like we're all
Oh yeah.
we're all good.
It's
Okay.
a couple days later.
I don't know what else to do. So I'm gonna use my semblance and
Let's do it. Let's roll for it.
I'm gonna try and figure out how I can get in here. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, it was a 9.
Okay. So you kind of like reach inside of yourself and you feel like an actual like pattern that you should knock, and you just kind of go for it.
And that pattern is 1 2 3 1 1 2 3 1.
Okay, the door immediately flies open, and it's Opal, and she looks all around confused, and she's like, how did you know the secret knock? Like she has no idea why you are standing on her doorstep and not somebody else.
I just want to say hi.
Do you want a drink or something?
I would love a people like grape soda if you have one.
Okay, so you guys go in, and yeah, we're gonna move on to somebody else.
Perfect.
We go to Arashra and Asher. You guys roll up to Kuchinashi's primary combat school. You see that there are kids being taught. There are a couple of teachers kind of walking around. Both of you give me charisma checks. Phoenix, you go ahead and give me a charisma check to.
I got 18 with my -1 charisma.
I got 7 with my +4.
So it's enough. You guys are able to kind of like ask around, and you're able to kind of like do this in a way where you get pointed to the office of Headmaster Takaya. You get there, and he looks up at you guys, and he's like, "Oh, hello. I've been wondering when you guys would come see me."
I shut and locked the door.
So he actually give me an intimidation check for that one.
Oh, thank God. It was on a 4, but it rolled to an 18, and then that's +2, so that's a 20.
Okay, so you see him when you do that. He kind of like, right, it's very subtle, but he kind of gives a glance to his staff, and then another glance to the two of you, and then just kind of like puts his hands on the desk and then kind of sits back. He's still pretty relaxed, right? But he thought about going for his weapon for a second there and decided better of it. He kind of looks at you guys and he's like, "So, what brings you here?"
We just want to talk. We heard you've been asking some questions about us. We're curious what you know about us or what you're looking for.
He's like, "Well, Taupe told me a lot about you guys, and Taupe, I consider him to be a pretty good judge of character, and he had a lot of really great things to say about Mr. Mora in particular, who promised him an honorary huntsman license, which, I don't know how legal, I don't know how legal that is, but I can sense that it was done with good intentions. He has some things that he wants to tell you. We're going to jump over to Phoenix for just a second. Phoenix, what did you get on your charisma check?
14 total.
Okay, so you kind of go around and you head back to this White Fang spot, and you're starting to kind of ask around, check around about it, and you start to find some faunus, some other faunus that are here, and most people are a little hesitant to talk about the white fang, right? It's very secretive around here, just because Mistral doesn't in general take too kindly to faunus. Kuchinashi's a little bit different. It's more of a hodgepodge of people from all different places. And kind of what you find out just in asking around, right? You meet several people who they're going to be kind of like on the help/wait staff for this event coming up this weekend. So you exchange some information with some of them, and they tell you that they will that they will keep an eye out for anything with the white fang, because they think you seem like a pretty swell guy. We're gonna go back over to Pike. So you've had a conversation with Opal, right? She had another guy that was like helping run the bar. She had actually sent him out after you guys left to get some actual people like grape soda. So this isn't diet.
I think mainly I wanted to ask about, I doubt it, but anything that she could maybe tell me about Pastel or the Pastel Company that maybe I hadn't heard yet. And then there was also a little something about Asher that I was promised if I was able to survive. And, I don't know if it's too early for that, but
she lets you know that it's a little bit too early for that. But she does it in kind of like a flirty way. She doesn't know a whole lot about Pastel that you don't already know, right? But what she does here, right? She's like, this auction that's happening this weekend isn't just for like all the things in like the estate, like furniture. Some of these other items that were found out in the mountains are actually going to be on sale, and there's all kinds of rumors flying around about what those might be, right? So she kind of lets you know about that. She tells you a little bit about the Wave Gang. Like the Wave have been keeping a very low profile after the Hana had kind of their little mini takeover, right? Because they got a new leader. And their leader, who's a woman named Lemon, that she had made a business arrangement with Pastel. She also lets you know that her buddy that helps out here is going to be doing the bartending at the event. His name is Grimm.
Grimm, is there any way I could get your number to give to our our comms guy in case we need to get in touch later?
So yeah, you give him Phoenix's number, and that's gonna take us back over to. Thanks,
everyone.
To Arasha and Asher. In the meantime, Takaya has told you guys just a little bit. Right. Nobody knows who this Hana gang leader is. There's whispers about who he might be. Some call him Vermilion, but nobody really knows. And then, so that's what you guys learned from him. And he's like, I'm just trying to do everything I can to really make sure that justice is served around here, because he really doesn't like the way things are going with these crime families, especially with what's been going on with the Pastels and people messing around with stuff in the mountains. And so he lets you know that if you'll have him / if you guys would be willing to it, that he would love to help you in any way that he can, right?
Great. If you hear anything, you can reach us at this number, and I would like to give him Phoenix's contact.
Great. Perfect. So that's going to wrap up day 2 and send us towards day 3. What does everyone want to do? We're gonna just say that you guys exchanged information. Do you guys know what you kind of want to do for day 3? Do you want to touch base about anything strategic, because you're starting to run out of time, or we're gonna move a little bit faster through the next couple of days?
Yeah, it seems like we got a lot of options. Maybe we should go check out the place and see what our best options are.
Yeah, I like that plan. I was hoping to go to the local blacksmith today to maybe sharpen my weapons and prepare for,
That's fine. I can go check it out.
I kind of want to see if I can. This is a little sentimental, but I want to see if I can check on Daff in any way.
I would like to scope out the grounds as well. I'm curious if there's a way for one of us to sneak in, since 3 of us can get in detectable ways.
Okay, so great. So Asher and Arashra, you guys head up towards the kind of upper cliffs where all the kind of housing and stuff is. And again, the higher you go, the nicer it gets, very much like the capital of Mistral. There's this one mansion kind of in particular, like embedded up against the mountains, that's pretty gaudy, newer construction than a lot of the other ones. And you would recognize that as the Pastel Mansion. Both of you give me stealth checks.
Cool. Luckily, I got a +5, so that puts me at 10.
Okay.
I'm at 16.
So you guys are able to kind of scope it out, and you're able to discern a few entrances into this place. There's obviously the front door. There's a huge industrial type garage that you guys see some trucks pulling up and dropping stuff off. You see there's kind of like a help staff entrance kind of on the lower floor, and there's also a third floor patio balcony, and then on kind of like the east wing there is a door to the side that has kind of a keypad entrance. You also get a pretty good sense of how the guards are patrolling from the outside, from being able to sneak around and peek through windows and kind of keep your distance, right? You feel like you have a pretty solid picture of how these guards are moving around and how they're spread out around the manor. So Phoenix, you head over to the local blacksmith, right? He's able to kind of look at your weapon, and you guys are able to kind of talk shop for a little bit. He's got some ideas for things that he can maybe help you out with, but he is actually, give me a charisma check real quick.
15. Charisma!
He's like, whoa, yeah, and he gets real excited back. So he really likes you. Like, you guys feel like you're cut from the same cloth. He thinks that he's got some ways that he could like help you with your weapon and stuff, but he is like completely slammed this week because there's this stupid estate sale going on where he's having to build these like weird like metal and wood and like hard light dust display cases. And he's like, yeah, they're going to be storing all the items in these things.
Interesting.
Yeah, so he shows you that. And as you guys kind of talk shop, like it's like one of those conversations that you walk away from feeling like really, really energized. And that brings Phoenix's kind of understanding of himself and his weaponry and like who he is walking away. That's going to bring you up to level 2. We're going to go over to Pike. You make your way to kind of the hospital on the main strip, and you go around. Give me a charisma roll.
So a not natural one.
You show up, and everyone's actually like pretty annoyed, and you get the runaround a lot from people that don't really want to show you where Daff is. So you have to wander around for a little bit looking for him. Give me a survival check.
19.
Okay, so yeah, you're able to use that and kind of figure out on your own where Daff is. You go in there, and he is awake, and he sees you, and he's like, oh man, it's good to see a friend. It's good to see a best friend.
We're so worried about you.
Yeah, he's like, man, I figured you guys are pretty busy since it's been, a few days that I've just been sitting in here by myself.
Did they tell you the lies? They tried to blame everything on us.
Oh, that's crazy. Did you send these flowers? He looks over, there's like some flowers on the table. He's like, I can't quite reach to read to see who sent them. Did you guys send them?
Yes. And then I want to like try and grab the note.
Sleight of hand. Give me a sleight of hand check.
A 9.
He sees you, and he's like, why are you reaching for that?
I just want to make sure it says the right thing on it.
Oh. He kind of looks at you, and he looks real annoyed. He's like, I don't think I believe you. Why would you lie to me about that?
We wanted to, but it's been kind of crazy. Like I said, we got blamed, and we've just been trying to figure out what to do. So I'm sorry. I should have done that, but I wanted to send you flowers.
So basically he's sort of annoyed, and he kind of figures that you have an ulterior motive for coming to visit him. So he just kind of wants you to get out with it. So what are you here to visit him for? Is there something you need to know? Is there something that you want to find out?
If I'm being honest, no, I just wanted to see how you were doing.
He's pretty annoyed with you.
That's fair.
And he basically sends you out, and he's like, I gotta rest up. I really need to take this job at this stupid estate sale coming up, so I just gotta rest up for it. I don't want to see you again. I don't like that you lied to me just now.
Oh,
I understand.
Oh no.
oh man.
Okay, so you head out.
You know
That
how
would
to
be funny. I didn't know there'd be consequences.
You head out, and that is the end of day 3. What do we all want to do for day 4? Last and final day.
I'm gonna check out the local library.
kind of thinking about taking a depression nap now. I feel pretty good about the information I have. I'm gonna take it easy today and rest up for the big day.
I'm gonna go out into the wild and go find some Grimm to beat up.
One thing I'd really like to do is, like, before everyone leaves, like, could I, like, you know, share my knowledge with about the city and the guilds with everybody?
So you have some contacts here in Kuchinashi. You could spend a day kind of going and shaking out kind of all the people that you haven't seen, looking for, because a lot of them you don't know how to contact, right? They were just people that you like met or did little like jobs with, right? So it would take you a little bit of time to go out and kind of track them all down. So you could spend a day doing that. So that is what everyone does. We'll get to Pike first. Pike takes a little bit of me time, and you feel super energized by all that. That is going to bring you up to level 2. Phoenix.
Sleeping can progress your life.
It's funny.
Yeah, Phoenix, you go out and practice and fight some Grimm. So Asher, give me a survival check, and then I'm gonna go to Arashra. Arashra, give me a investigation check.
Blah. 9.
5.
So Arashtra, you aren't really able to find out anything about the Hana and the wave, kind of spending your time doing this, but go ahead and give me perception check.
18.
Great. So you don't find anything out about the Hana and the wave, but just kind of in looking around the library, you kind of stumble upon like some old city records. Like there are people shuffling these things in and out, and you kind of take an interest in that. And then through looking around, you're able to find some blueprints for the Pastel Manor that are just kind of all public record. Give me an investigation check again while you're looking at these blueprints.
22.
Hey.
Okay. So
Nice.
you like see this through like God's eye lens, and like all the little pieces make sense to you when you look
the
at
front
this.
door falls out of the folds. No,
Right, you look at this and you can see that there's actually been, so this whole house has like been recently made, but like in the last couple of weeks, right, some updates to this file in particular have been made, that special attention has been paid for renovating a few rooms. Yeah, there's the basement, the first floor kitchen, second floor library, and there is a third floor entertainment room that have all recently seen a lot of attention. You are also, just kind of through looking at the blueprints, you're able to locate a room that seems like it would be Pastel's office. That would be on the third floor. And then because you rolled so high, you also notice that on the first floor, there is sort of like a little hidden hallway / crawl space that runs the length of the first floor behind all the rooms that are kind of like off of the main kind of chamber where most of this like banquet auction is going to be held. Oh, and then Arashir, just because like all this time, like this is like your jam, like researching, looking into all of this stuff, like gathering this information, that's going to get you up to level 2, feeling that sense of accomplishment. And then Asher, kind of same idea, like being able to go around, spend time with your old contacts, right? It's been a little bit since you've been back to Kuchinashi, and so it's kind of interesting, like some of the things that you that might have struck you differently before don't feel the same way. You kind of feel like you are leveling up, so to speak. But yeah, just like you met a variety of people from your previous job, but you were able to, right, because like a lot of people are very interested in the items that are going to be going up here, right, and especially a lot of people in the underworld. You do learn that all of the things before they're being taken out to auction are going to be held on the first, like on this one room on the west wing of the first floor. That's where they're going to be kind of stored while they're getting ready to go out there. There's going to be heavy security kind of around the outside of that room. Yeah, so you guys kind of all exchange your information, right? The things that you learned, and start kind of, broaching the subject a little bit of how you'd like to tackle it. But basically everyone decides we're going to try to get a good night's sleep. So that's what everybody does here, and we arrive to the day of the estate sale. I did want to say one real quick thing just about leveling up. Everyone leveled up kind of during these like little personal journeys. We're not going to get too much into right now, like the specific stats and all the different things that come from leveling up. We might do that in a little outside session and record it separately or something. So there's gonna be some updates to stats and things like that. But the big thing that we will get to when it comes time for it is that our team, especially because they've done some of these things together and have gotten to know each other and themselves a little bit better, they've unlocked team attacks in level 2. So that'll be a fun mechanic that we get to when we have lead for it. It is the day of the estate sale. You guys have like a ton of stuff that you've learned. You have a ton of different options at your disposal. What do you guys want to do?
Arashta, could you recap what you learned from the blueprints?
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like there's been some renovation done to a couple of rooms. So if we're looking for the tunnel, we should pay particular attention to the basement, the first floor kitchen, second floor library, and third floor entertainment room.
You know that one of the things that you need is in Pastel's office, which is on the third floor. You know that another one that you need could be in any one of 4 places, spread out all around the house. Right, so you're gonna need to kind of figure out who is going where and checking on what.
I have an inn with the bartending staff, which will probably take me to the kitchen. I know that there is a possible hidden tunnel between the kitchen and the basement. So I guess if y'all are right and the hidden tunnel is probably in the basement, I could look there for the hidden tunnel.
Arastra, you and Asher have been doing a little bit of exploration. Do you think it would be better for me to go with Tums to unload things, or shall I just roam around the house?
We can communicate with each other, correct?
Within reason, right? If you like have people in front of you, or you know what I mean, like you within reason, you'd be able to text each other on your scrolls, that kind of stuff.
Do we have earpieces?
Unless you were
anything?
indisposed.
Do we have cool earpieces?
See, Carrie and I are on the same page.
Sure, we'll say that we'll say that kind of this last day is your chance to get any supplies or whatever that you need, because the event's not starting till
And
later
that was how
in the
we
afternoon.
broke Eddie's campaign.
I don't know, Phoenix. I would lean towards you going to the basement if you're interested in that.
Well, I will take your advice. You seem to have your head on correctly out of all of us, so I'll take your advice on this one.
Asher, you're going to be heading up to explore that third floor, and then Arashtra, what are you going to be doing?
I would like to enter as part of the wait staff so I can roam the floor of the party, but I'm going to sneak up to the second floor.
Can I take this opportunity to kind of try to vocally explain to Arastra the mechanism for the antique cases?
Yeah, absolutely. I will do that.
I would like
do that
to
in the waiting time while Tums is
Okay.
coming to pick me up.
Cool. So the day kind of passes. You guys are able to get your like earpieces and stuff. To be clear, like Phoenix, you're kind of like heading up to like blend in as part of this like delivery crew, you know. Arashtra, you are doing the same as part of like the wait staff kind of thing. Phoenix, you know, you wearing like little like cute vests so you could like be like a bartender guy. Asher, what are
Pike.
you doing? Yeah, sorry, Pike. And then Asher, what are you doing?
I would like to stealthily climb up to the 3rd story balcony.
And you're in like your normal get up, right? Are you
I mean, are you seem to be granting everyone else disguises, so I would love to not be in my normal getup.
Okay, so the day kind of rolls by, right? The whole city is kind of buzzing with anticipation for this event. You guys, right, get your breakfast. You kind of all go your own ways to kind of get different equipment. You make the connections that you need to make. Pike, you go meet up with Grimm. Grimm's been kind of chatting your ear off the entire time, kind of telling you he's kind of like a laid back kind of like hipster dude. He just is kind of like whatever about this whole thing. He knows that Opal like deals in all kinds of like weird secret stuff, and a lot of people have it out for her. He's like, but you know, she like protects me, so I guess that's pretty cool. So he kind of like tells you about all that stuff. You guys make your way in through the through kind of like the waitstaff entrance, and you see people kind of like moving all around, right? They've got serving trays, they're grabbing glasses, and that is where Arashtra has started to make her way in.
Real quick. I just want sorry. So I'm like on the grounds now, right? Are there any like garden, like maybe like any flowers around?
Yeah, there would be a garden right there at the back of the house by the kind of like
Okay.
Staff entrance.
Can I just pick like a single flower and kind of like pocket it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thanks. That's all I wanted. Thank
Give
you.
me a survival check.
Oh, come on.
Rolls one, picks a poisonous flower.
13.
Okay, great. Yeah, you
me
prick
roll
a
a 40.
I don't know, what color flower are you looking for?
Like, let's say I just look at Daff. What kind of color vibe do I get?
You would probably get a daffodil vibe out of him. So yeah, you pick a daffodil, and you carefully I love Carrie's
So
mind's
fast
blown.
on your feet, man.
Yeah, you guys walk in together through that
sorry.
help entrance, and yeah, as I was saying before, people rushing all around, mix of faunus and humans, right, rushing around on this like help staff. Arashtra is in there already, having walked in kind of around the same time as you guys, and yeah, you guys are able to kind of spot each other as you walk in. Arashtra, what are you doing kind of right at the start, right? You do have a supervisor, right? Like you guys kind of pulled some strings to get you into this, right? They like sort of know like kind of that you're a huntsman, but like you also have to like do a job a little bit, but it's not like someone's like going to be like yelling at you if you're kind of doing your own thing, right? Like you guys made friends. What is your immediate aim from here?
I just want to keep a low profile. I don't want to talk to too many people because I don't want too many people aware of my presence.
Okay, great. She like stacks up a tray in front of you and starts putting like little like tiny sandwiches on it, and and that is what you're going to be doing. Let's head over to
Love tiny
Phoenix.
sandwiches.
You and Tums are pulling up to the estate, and you've got a security guard that kind of walks over, like checks you guys out, kind of pretty casually. And Tums is like, yeah, got a new delivery in. Just taking to the usual spot, and the city guard waves you in. And you guys pull back towards the basement, and there's like some other people down there also like delivering things, but they look like they're sort of like wrapping up. And the gate to this garage is kind of already open. You want to give me a perception check?
19 plus some numbers.
From here, you're kind of able to kind of scope out like right ways that just kind of the ways people are moving around, and where you can kind of keep out of sight if you wanted to. You spot that door that leads up towards the house. You also spot kind of like some of the controls for like right where some of the electric dust is and stuff that like helps kind of run some of the power to the house. After a little bit of searching around, you are able to spot kind of like a discolored place on the wall that you might want to check out a little bit more. There's some boxes and some other stuff piled up in front of it, so you'd have to move those out of the way. And while we're handling that, let's go back up to I'm going to pause on Asher for just a second, right, because we're still letting the sun go down a little bit. Go up to Pike. You made your way kind of onto the floor, right? There's like a big bar that's set up there. You and Grimm set up shop, right? It's already kind of pre-stocked for you guys for the most part. You guys kind of make set up behind the bar. What are you doing?
I'm thinking, because I know we said something was weird about the kitchen, so I was thinking maybe I'll explore the kitchen a little bit, see if I can find anything, and then I'll make my way to the basement, because I have a feeling that's probably where this tunnel is.
Cool. As you start to head to the kitchen, there is someone that sees you and flags you down. You hear a woman's voice. She's like, excuse me. And you walk over and you see this very tall, like beautiful woman, right? That is like dressed up for this event. And she's got her scroll out and has kind of like a stylus like attachment thing. And she's walking over to you and she was like, hi, you look very, very familiar. She kind of looks at you and looks around, and she's like, I'm surprised, I've got to say, Pike, to see you dressed up as a bartender here.
Excuse me, ma'am. My memory seems to be escaping me. How do we know each other?
Yeah, so she kind of gives you this look, and she was like, oh, you actually wouldn't know me. I just know who you are because I'm a reporter here in Kuchinashi. My name's Lavender. You know, you and your team have been kind of at the center of a lot of stuff lately, and I just wanted to see if I could ask you guys some questions. I was hoping that one of you would at least be here tonight. I just got to say, I'm really surprised to see you. And she kind of like playfully brushes at your shoulder and like pulls at the vest a little bit. It's a little flirty.
Well, you gotta earn a living, right? And the job's been a little light lately, so yeah, I'm just doing some actual, real, legitimate bartending work.
Give me a deception check.
This one's so
Come on, Pike.
Man,
Come on.
as soon as you said that, Eddie was like, "You monster."
15.
Nice.
Didn't need it. All right.
But hey,
Nice.
So okay, so she hears that and she's like, huh. Okay, I just I guess I thought I had a different impression of what was going on in here tonight. Is the rest of your team here? Because I'd love to talk to them if I can't talk to you.
I don't know. I just sometimes I'm not sure how they feel about me. So I'm not really sure if they're around. Sorry.
She kind of gives you this like little pity look, and she's like, "Oh, you poor thing. I'll keep an eye out for you, and hopefully we can catch up later." And she kind of gives you a little wink, and then walks off.
Just as I get out of earshot, I want to put my hand up to my earpiece and go, "All right, I just totally lied and said we weren't best friends. But hey, there's a reporter here who knows all of our names and faces and is trying to question us. So stay in the shadows."
Okay, so you head into the kitchen. You get into the kitchen. What are you doing there?
This is one of the rooms that maybe have been messed with a little bit. So the two things I'm looking for are any signs of what might be different about this room, as well as kind of looking for that possible like hidden link to the basement.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
19.
You're able to kind of like poke around a little bit, right? So you kind of get a sense of the layout of this kitchen, and kind of over to one side, kind of there's like it's one of those that's got like a really enormous like pantry kind of tucked around behind the side of the kitchen, and back beyond that, right, there's going to be a stairwell that kind of leads down to the basement, right? But you notice kind of like on the inside of the pantry, right, there is like the whole thing is shelved except for one wall. And so you kind of go up to that, and kind of through messing and poking around with it a little bit, you're able to find like a little panel on it that is able to swivel open. So what are you doing from there? And we'll go on to someone else after you let us know what you're doing.
I guess before I go down to the basement, I kind of want to explore like the rest of the area a little bit. I'm in kind of a not safe looking place. We didn't talk about this earlier, but I left my weapon with Phoenix.
Yeah, he's got the truck, right?
Right,
So
he's got the truck, and my plan was to go down to the basement where Phoenix is. So that's where I left my weapon. So,
then everybody else, Asher, you have your weapon, right? Because you're sneaking and you can kind of conceal it. And then Arostro's is that also with you?
I passed it off
planning.
to Asher before we went in. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
My
Just so
plan is when I
everyone
sneak
knows.
in to go stash it somewhere.
I do want to pull up my scroll for a flashlight
Okay.
and kind of just like ready myself as best as I can as I go explore this.
Okay, so you start heading further down this. You've got this light to your way. You sort of leave, you bypass going down to Phoenix. You're heading further in. We're going to finally go to Asher because we haven't checked in with you yet. Sun's down. A lot more people are here, right? There is this third floor patio, like balcony door, kind of tucked away a little bit more on the side of the house where not as many people are gathering. What are you doing?
I would like to stealth my way up to the house, knowing the guard patrols, which we established.
Yep. Give me a stealth check.
18.
You kind of watch the guard patrols. It's very like Metal Gear Solid, right? Like they turn and then they walk, and you're able to like get back. And so you get up to the house. How are you doing it? Are you like just straight up like scaling this thing? Are you gonna try to use like your glaive function?
So
to
I
get
thought
you up there?
about using my glaive, but I don't know how much noise it makes. And two, it's only like a couple stories up. So I was thinking about more like, well, you tell me, what does the house look like? Are there purchases for like handholds? Like, would I be able to like use my acrobatics to like climb up there?
Yeah, you absolutely could do that.
All right, let's do that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, give me an acrobatics check.
Oh no.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, you
Hold on, wait.
okay.
I have +5, so it's not as bad. It's 8. All right.
Okay,
It's
so you're able to like, you kind of jump up, like kick off something, and you slip, and you're able to catch on near the second floor, but don't quite make it all the way to the third floor. So what are you doing from here?
Is there any conceivable way where I can attempt to, like, swing myself back up to the third floor or back on to climb up the rest of the way?
You could do it. It would make, at this point, it would make probably a little bit of noise, like to do your weapon. Like, it's not, I don't think your weapon's like super noisy to do that function, right? But it would probably make enough noise, especially with a guard coming back. You could do it.
Got it. Yep, let's do that. I'm gonna burn an ore point.
There we go.
Just because I really need to pull this off, because I've told Arashra that she can find her weapon on the third floor. First one's 15. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Great.
nice.
Yeah. So
Whoa.
while you're hanging on, you're able to like swing yourself
23.
around, kick off another thing, and you almost don't make it, right? Because you're in a precarious position to be like hook your weapon on and like pull yourself up. And if this was like a movie, like shooting up, like as a guard around to the corner, your legs like swing up over the edge of the balcony, and you are up there. You actually you find the door up here unlocked. And you make your way
Easy.
into what looks like a pretty
Who would lock a third story door?
pretty unused bedroom up here on the third floor. Yeah, so you make your way into there. Where are you going from here?
I would love to put my ear up against the door and listen to see if I can hear like any guards or anybody outside.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
16.
Nice. You kind of hear two guards kind of like having a little bit of a conversation, right? But it's one of those where you can hear them kind of trailing away from you a little bit.
Great. Then I would like to, hopefully knowing I'm safe, open the door and slip into the hallway.
As soon as you do, an alarm's... No, I'm kidding.
Oh, you son of a...
Oh, God.
Yeah.
My heart.
Oh, yeah, you got me for sure there. I was like, I didn't check the door.
So yeah, you start heading down that hallway. This is a big house, right? So it's going to take you just a hot second to get over to the east wing. Let's go back down to Arashra.
Okay, I am walking around the main floor, serving sandwiches, and I'm eavesdropping on all the conversations around me.
Cool. Give me a perception check.
11.
Yeah, you just kind of hear, a lot of like, typical like hoity-toity talk about like, just like that. People talking about like what they've done, what they've done to their houses recently, when they're next planning on traveling to Mistral. You hear a couple of people whisper that Vermilion might be showing up a little bit later, which has a couple people a little bit nervous. And for the record, they are starting to wheel out some of the display cases. This isn't really the main event, right? That's going to be the auction, but these are like just little examples of the kinds of things they found. And yeah, so you're kind of doing your thing, and nobody bothers you.
Nice.
That's great. That's ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go back over to Phoenix.
All right, so I would like to, I'll help kind of unload some of the stuff in the truck, including the box with Pike's drill. And I start to set the things down. Is there anybody there right now? I'd like to go investigate that panel real quick. You said there was a panel, like an electrical panel?
Yeah, there's an electrical panel. Yeah, you can go investigate that.
Investigate that real quick.
Just give me like a stealth check.
It's a 9?
Yeah, you get over to it, and you're able to kind of like get a quick peek and not really catch like all of the information in it, but you can see that this thing has like rooms labeled for the house.
Yeah, all right. So I come up to Asher, or to the whole gang, and I say, there's an electrical panel down here that I might be able to turn off some lights if someone needs to kind of move in the shadows. And I walk over to where the boxes were against that wall, where the discolored door-sized wall is, and I'd like to kind of start to touch about there, or like look about to see if I see anything on the wall that might be like indicative of like a button.
Give me an investigation check. I mean, you got high
15
enough.
total.
Yeah. So yeah, you found like a little place where like a little cinder block type thing depresses inward, and then you push it and it starts to swing open just a little bit. And on the inside, you see the ladder that leads up to the same passage that Pike is in.
Interesting. Okay, well, there are boxes that are kind of in the way of me being able to get into the door, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and like.
Tom's like hobbles over. He's like, "Yeah, man, I got you. He starts like pulling boxes out of the way, and he's like starts stacking them up.
No,
like,
it's okay. Listen,
no,
buddy,
like look,
you're
no one
injured.
can see. No one can see, man. And he's like stacking.
Oh God. I go and I guess I make my way into this medium-sized door frame.
And
I look up
he
the
kind of
ladder.
closes it behind you, and right before he's like, "Watch your fingers." Get it. I want to check in with Asher real quick, right? Since you guys had the
Sure.
blueprints, right? You pretty much know where you're going.
Where I'm going.
Right, so you know exactly where to go to get to Pastel's office. So I'm assuming that's where you're going.
Yep, that is where I'm headed.
All right, so you head in there, right? You
So I'd
you're
like
able to
dodge some
kinda-
guards, be all cool, you know?
Yeah, you like
Great.
sneak, like work your way past. There's a couple of guards that had kind of like hung out around the staircase, but they were like looking the other way, right? You're able to like, you know where you're going, and you knew the patterns of the guards, right? So you get over to this office and you open up. It looks like a typical, but like rather ornate office. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
So wonderful.
Okay.
When you roll a 2,
So you look in here, and right there's just like so many drawers and different things that like places that this scroll could be, and
Great.
you know that you've got like your work cut out for you. It might take you a little bit longer than you anticipated. We're gonna cut back down to Arashtra, kind of on the main floor, right? The master of ceremonies comes out and announces that it's time to start the main event. They bring out this pretty like intricate looking display case, very similar to the ones that that Phoenix helped make. They wheel this thing in and they say this is the first of what we believe to be a magical item. They bring this out, but before you can get much of a look at it, the front doors kind of open like very noisily, and in walks a man in a leather cloak, like leather red cloak, and kind of like an animal mask, and he walks in with like a bit of an entourage, right? And they've all got like the Hana gang tattoos. And you would recognize this as Vermilion. And there's even kind of like a little like hushed, like whisper kind of that ripples through the crowd. And he says, "I would like to bid on some of these items." And that is where we will stop this session.
oh man.
Oh my gosh.